Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing golden today, and I am here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a DIY flip. I purchased 4 chairs from Facebook Marketplace for $35. Can you believe that? $35. Yes. So I'm going to be bringing these vintage chairs. It's going to be vintage meets Afro boho. Okay. I bought this beautiful fabric. So let's get into it, guys. Okay, so the items you're going to need is a drill, a heavy-duty stapler to upholstery the fabric onto the chair, and a staple remover, and a pair of scissors, preferably fabric scissors. Okay, and so then you're also going to need some chair cushion, and this one I really like. I purchased this from Joann Fabrics. It's the Airtex high density foam, and it is 2 inches thick, so you want something nice and cushiony and comfy. It does come 2 to a pack, or you can also purchase a single one, but the chairs are a weird size, so I actually had to kind of cut and make it to size to the chair, so you'll see that later on in the video. And then of course you want to purchase enough fabric to cover your chairs. So at this point I already did 3 of the chairs, and this is just the bit that's left for me to cover the last one. So I purchased about 3.5 yards of fabric from Joann's. They really have some awesome sales and coupons, so definitely check them out. I think I spent maybe about $35 for about 3.5 yards of fabric, so that was pretty good. I also got some batting. It's going to be a nice layer between the foam cushion and the fabric itself. And please note, I am not a professional upholsterer. I'm just a person that flips items into things that are my style, and this just basically gets the job done for me. So all you professional upholsterers out there, don't come for me. But perhaps leave some tips in the comments on what, what I could do different. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the drill and I'm going to remove the existing chair pad from the frame of the chair. And now comes the frustrating part or challenging part. This took me quite some time. So I'm just going to remove that outer fabric. And it's 2 layers of fabric that are already existing on this chair. So it was pretty difficult because they are heavy duty staples. So this did take me some time. So I'll come back on camera once I've taken off the fabric. So I came back. So now I'm just trying to get the remainder staples off of the board, but just removing the fabric and the foam, and just be very careful with the staples. So I'm just going to clear up that and prep it to get ready to put on the new foam and fabric material. Okay, so now it's time to apply the foam pad to the chair. I did put a plastic wrap on the wooden frame just because I want to protect it from the spray adhesive that I'm going to use on the foam. I'll be using Gorilla Spray adhesive, and I'm going to apply it to both the foam and also the wooden seat. Okay, so here comes the tricky part. I always get nervous with putting the foam down. So obviously you can see it doesn't fit the whole chair pad, so that's why I'm going to be using one whole one and then a little bit of the second foam pad that I have to fill in the areas that need to be filled in. And I'm just going to press firmly down and get the other foam. So now I'm just lining. I did my lining up of the foam. Guys, do not get at me. I am using my fabric scissors on this foam. I know there's like foam cutters, but look, I used what I had and it got the job done. So I'm just cutting the foam, and I'm going to fill in the areas that still need the foam put on. And so just take your time, you know, and it will come all together. So yes, it's not the prettiest, but it's going to be covered with the batting and the fabric, and look, it's getting the job done, and it's still comfy when you sit on it. You just want to make sure you just get it as accurate as possible you can. And I figured as long as the main the middle part of the seat is, you know, even and good, it should be fine. It'll work out well. Okay, so here comes the fun part. We get to add on this beautiful fabric. We are nearing the end of this project. So I'm going to go ahead and give it batting. I'm going to go ahead and add that first before I apply the fabric, just so we have kind of like a nice even layer in between the foam and the fabric itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it over. And yeah, we are almost done with this project, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the excess batting, just so it's not bulky. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the fabric, and I'm going to just make sure it lines up pretty well with the batting itself. And then I'm going to also remove the excess fabric so that it's not bulky, and we can just get the corners nice and even and straight, and it is going to look so nice. Okay, so I actually had to sit down and just so I can get a good view. And so now I just have the chair pad in my lap. I'm just going to pull the batting and the fabric very taut. And I'm going to use my staple gun, get you a heavy duty stapler gun. So this really worked well. This was a Boss Stitch heavy duty stapler. And as you just go around, going to staple and make sure everything is nice and tight and taut. And I'm going to go ahead and do it with the other side as well. Yes, it is not even, but I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess fabric as well, just so that it's nice, neat, and clean. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm just pulling and making sure everything is laying nice and flat, because you don't want any bulkiness at all. And yes, you could definitely iron the fabric beforehand, but I really didn't feel a need to, just because it's me pulling it was good enough. And so now I'm just cutting the excess fabric just so I can get a clear view of what I'm working with. So I'm just removing that now. Okay, so I am now working on the corners, and I'm just making sure that I'm cutting off any extra fabric that needs to be removed, and I'm just trying to get it as nice and tight. So you just want to make sure you smooth it over as you go. And so I'm coming up on the last corner. I'm just going to apply a few staples, make sure that it's nice and laid flat down. Add the staples in. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess piece. And then also roll that and staple it down. So this works for me. Like I said, I'm not a professional upholsterer, but hey, it gets the job done. I think it came out awesome. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up the any excess fabric or batting that is left, and I really like it. Okay, so all that is left to do is attach the chair pad back onto the frame. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the screws and screw that back in. But oh, I am so in love with it. It's just like I love the Queen Anne legs. Like I love the Victorian classic furniture. It's just so timeless. And then to pair it with like a fresh, bold print, like come on, you cannot go wrong with that. I'm just in love with these chairs. So obviously you can tell I was kind of struggling here with getting the pad onto the frame, but girl, had to work it out and we got it done. So guys, please remember to like this video, subscribe, leave a comment in the box. Let me know how much you enjoyed this DIY flip, okay? And hopefully this has given you some inspiration to, find old pieces that have good bones and turn it into something that's truly your style and yours, and just something totally awesome. So